What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, Braelon Allen could be having a breakout season for your New York Jets. He had some interesting quotes talking about his role heading into the season, and also Justin Fields. He was getting love from Tanner Engstrand, Brees Hall, and Aaron Glenn. Some awesome quotes on QB1. So we'll dive into all this on today's show. But before we start, if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We picked up about 30 subs on yesterday's show, which is awesome. And a massive shout out to all of you guys who hit that sub button yesterday. But we're still trying to catch the Packers Report in total subscribers. Need about 250 more of you guys. Hit that subscribe button. So if you guys could subscribe today, we post a video almost every single day around your New York Jets. So hit that sub button if you guys don't want to miss a thing around your favorite football team. But let's talk about it. So Braelon Allen, he was talking to media, and a lot of these quotes just start coming out over the last couple of weeks. And he had a great mindset talking about just his role and what he expects from this Jets organization, this team heading in the next season. That's what Braelon had to say, saying, I think I just want to make my impact felt in every way that I can. Obviously, playing special teams, hopefully the dose of offense increases more and more, and I just try to do my part the best I can. And, I love the mindset for Braelon Allen here. Obviously he was asked, what are you expecting from this season? He's just like, I'm just trying to make an impact. Whether that's me never getting the ball offensively, and I'm just a special teams guy. I love that he has that team-first mentality, and again, that starts with Aaron Glenn. The culture he is building is everybody is about the team, no egos in this organization, and I think that's starting to rub off on a guy like Braelon Allen. And we actually saw this on Twitter, most rushing yards in NFL history before the age of, and Braelon Allen actually has it held down for the age of 21, but producer Dylan actually told me he needs 1,300 yards this season to catch Ezekiel Elliott. Still crazy that Braelon Allen was 20 years old getting carries in the NFL. That's absolutely insane. Grown man's league, and he was at that young of age, getting some big-time carries for this Jets team, and I just expect him to build on that. Hopefully have a much better season this upcoming year than he did the previous one, but he definitely showed flashes. Very physical runner, a bowling ball with the football in his hands, and again, him and Brees Hall complement each other very, very well. And Aaron Glenn was actually talking about that, saying the first thing, talking about the running backs, they're big, physical men. And even though this is not a physical camp, you just see the way they run. All of them have low pad level. Brees and Braelon, man, they can really, really run. I'm not just talking about just as a runner, but as far as speed down the field, you see that with them. And I'm getting excited about all three of those guys. I really am. I don't know if there are three backs in this league that have the potential like these three, and maybe there is. But I know I'm focusing on what we have, and I'm excited about the guys we have here. And I am excited. I think these two are going to have a monster season. Aaron Glenn's talking about it. Braelon Allen's talking about it. Brees Hall, they're all talking about it. And I got big expectations for these two because I'm sure Tanner Engstrand, offensive coordinator coming from the Lions, he's probably trying to replicate what he had with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, where hopefully Brees is taking on that Gibbs role, Braelon Allen taking on that David Montgomery role. And I think both these guys should have better seasons than they did this past year. The Jets' rushing offense was a joke. The scheme sucked. I think a lot of that had to do with, Matt Hackett, Todd Downing, and Aaron Rodgers. But also they had a beat-up offensive line. They couldn't just get any consistency out of their run game. But I'm expecting Brees to have a 1,000-yard year. I'm also expecting Braelon Allen to go for over 750 yards this season. But especially on the goal line, I would assume Braelon Allen's going to get majority of those touches. So people who draft Brees Hall in fantasy this season, I feel like he's going to have a good year. But I could also see fantasy owners of Brees Hall really not liking Braelon Allen if he starts taking touchdowns away from him. But I could see both those guys. Hopefully they combine for 1,700 yards. Maybe they get in the end zone about 12 to 14 times between the two of those guys. But both of them, they got a great mindset heading into the season, and that's where it starts because we know the identity of this football team. We'll be running the football and playing some hard-nosed defense, and that's what Aaron Glenn wants, and obviously those two will play a massive role in that. But let's show Braelon Allen some love here. Could a breakout season be happening? Potentially. But if you guys want it to happen, show some love to Braelon Allen down below in the comment section. Type those zeros. Type his jersey number. Also, a running back and a physical running back wearing 0 just screams aura. So hopefully he has a big year this upcoming season. All right, so Tanner Engstrand was talking about Justin Fields and another just awesome quote on Fields. And Also Aaron Glenn was talking about him. Brees Hall was talking about him. And it really seems like this whole team, the locker room, the coaching staff, all of these guys are really starting to buy into, not just Fields on the field, but Fields as a person. And that's what Tanner had to say. Saying the biggest takeaway, I would say that this guy is just a workaholic. He comes in early, he's here late, and he's trying to digest everything and download all the information and do things the right way. He's trying to do things that we're asking. And I think he's really put the next foot forward every day, just trying to stack days, and it's been really good. So, honestly, we've heard all encouraging things on Fields, and I love hearing that he's a workaholic. We kind of already knew this, but I truly believe this. Whatever Justin Fields' ceiling is as a quarterback in the NFL, I think he's going to reach that. If that's a top 10 guy, that's a top 15 guy, top 20 guy, I don't know what it is. But I have a feeling that Justin Fields, because of his work ethic, how dedicated he is to the game of football, he will meet that ceiling in his game and just keep on developing. Because we have seen strides in his game since he was a rookie with the Chicago Bears. Honestly, I thought last year with the Steelers was the best year of his career. He went 4-2 in 6 games. They had a good defense. They actually had a good running game at the time, and I think Fields played an impact on that. And we were talking about it yesterday. I think a big difference maker this season for the Jets is going to be fourth quarter execution. In those big time moments, big time plays, I think that's going to be the difference between the Jets, winning 6 games or 10 games. Because I feel like there's going to be a lot of games this season where it's 17-13, 13-10. Jets offense gets the ball with 2-3 minutes left, and you got to go march down the field and try to get 7. Like, that could be the difference between a 6-win season and a 10-win season for Justin Fields and Aaron Glenn. But Brees Hall was talking about his personality, and I love this part, saying he's really cool, calm, and collected, and brings a sense of calm to the offense. Just seeing how he works and how diligent he is and how he cares. He's trying to get relationships with everybody, and how he goes about his business has been fun so far. He gets hyped just like everyone else. He's young like us, so we talk about a lot of the same stuff. We can hang out on the weekends, and it's been cool to be around him. He's a good dude, and I love this because, this is only probably a 3-month relationship for Brees Hall and Justin Fields, and you're already starting to see that connection building between those guys. And obviously those two having a good connection will be huge for the read option game this season. You want to get familiar with each other, and I just think that's taking steps in the right direction for this Jets franchise. But this is my favorite quote. I honestly probably should have led off with this, but Aaron Glenn just talking about his personality here, very Aaron Glenn fashion, what he had to say, saying, yes, he has a quiet voice, but that quiet voice doesn't mean that people don't hear him. People see the way that he works. That speaks more than what you say, and I like that about him because he is himself, he's authentic, and he's not going to change for nobody. I'd rather have that than somebody that's fake. And I agree with that on Aaron Glenn. Just be yourself. That's all you can do in life, and I am pulling hard for Justin Fields. Obviously I want the Jets to be successful this upcoming season, but also I want Fields to be successful because nobody believes in this guy. Nobody believes in the Jets. Nobody thinks they're going to have a good year. People think they could be potentially drafting top 5, selecting that future franchise quarterback. But what if Fields has a good year? What if he leads this team to 8, 9, 10 wins, and we're like, oh, the Bears messed up. The Steelers messed up. And we got our guy, a potential franchise quarterback. Fields has that potential. I'm pulling for him hard. He seems like a great dude. He works his tail off, and I will always root for people like that. And I promise you, you fans, once you just start getting more accustomed to him, you hear him, talking after games. You just see the way he plays. He's always putting his body on the line for his teammates. I just can't wait for him, and I'm very excited to see what he's going to do this season for the Jets. But let's show him some love to round out today's show. Type his jersey number. Love that he's rocking number 7 this season. So type those 7s down below in the comment section. And also hit that subscribe button on your way out, and we will see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.